I think I'm the best qualified, because right now what's happening is not acceptable.
Shashi Sinha wants to be Rochester's next mayor, an immigrant from India, tech director of a telecom company, and owner of the Darmont House, a luxury accommodation in the city.
Came to U.S. about 28 years ago. Lived in Philly for 10, 11, and now living in Rochester for the last 15. We moved to, my wife dragged me here. She is a professor at RIT, so that's how we ended up here, and now this is home.
Calling Rochester home for over a decade, Sinha says his policies are centered on economic revival. In achieving that goal, one step is addressing crime and working to stop repeat offenders.
We need to bring the crime down. How do we do that? Making people visible on those hotspots where crime is happening. Police needs to be out there. I'm going to put them on those corners where crime is happening. Blue light camera, where community wants it, hotspots, we can put them there.
The next step in Sinha's plan includes building 4,000 homes on vacant lots owned by the city, creating a pathway to home ownership while allowing the city to make a small profit and creating thousands of jobs to help build those homes.
The amount people pay for rent, for that amount, they can own those houses anywhere from $80,000 to $125,000. All of these model houses, innovative ways to building, not traditional way.
Additionally, Sinha wants changes within the Rochester City School District, a plan focused on teaching and student results. Concerned the district has a $1 billion budget, but ranks low compared to other school districts. His plan would involve local universities, aligning the school day with parent work hours, and examining the budget to make sure money is spent on students.
If kids don't get educated, they don't graduate, don't go to college, they will not have good jobs. They will not have as good of a life. It is proven.
The businessman wants to make sure the Flower City is a destination for tourism, bring in big companies, increase the population, and attract a professional sports team. Sinha hopes his vision will resonate with voters in this primary election.
What I'm bringing is big vision and bold plans for economic revival of this city. I want transform this city for our residents.
Sinha hopes his vision will resonate with voters in this primary election.
I believe our city deserves better.
Mary Lupien has served on city council for 5 years. The educator says she wants to improve the lives of Rochester's youth.
I work in the Rochester City School District with kids K through 8th grade, and the kinds of challenges that they're bringing with them every day, it's heartbreaking. And it doesn't have to be this way.
Her platform is a list of guarantees. Top of that list is expanding Rochester's Guaranteed Basic Income Program, or GBI.
Every pilot that has been implemented, there's hundreds across the country, and including our own in Rochester, has shown very high success rates, that at the end of the period, families are better off, and that they use the money to pay bills, to get a car to transport themselves to work, to get better apartments, better jobs, buy the basics for their children.
Lupien would redirect money from what she calls failed economic development policies to the GBI program. She's also focused on housing and believes the city's current Buy the Block program isn't cost-effective. The initiative builds new, high-quality, single-family homes in underinvested areas of the city.
I want to see us spend our money more efficiently, and there's a concept called a starter home where it's a very small footprint, but it's meant to be added onto. So as the family grows, as their income grows, they can add on to the house, but it gets them into a homeownership opportunity relatively easy.
When it comes to public safety, Lupien has a three-pronged approach. First, investing in youth programs. She says while car theft skyrocketed in Rochester, St. Paul, Minnesota saw a 40% drop.
They gave kids Uber rides to school and to mental health appointments. They funded all of the youth sports programs and after-school programs. They even had a youth car theft task force that looked around at social media accounts and saw kids that are likely to be going down that path. Maybe they haven't yet, and intervened with the family.
Lupien also believes there is a role for the Police Accountability Board. She pushed for the Action Team, trained professionals that respond to non-police calls like quality of life or neighbor issues, and worked to create the Person in Crisis Team for mental health calls. Lupien believes her overall vision will help lift people up.
We just need the political will to finally go against the power structure in Rochester and say, no, we're not going to keep putting money in pockets of people who don't need that money. We're going to put it in the pockets of our people. That's how our city thrives.
My entire administration has been all about the larger community, us, we, the community.
Mayor Malik Evans believes he's the man to continue leading the city of Rochester. The incumbent says he wants to build on his administration's successes.
Our lead pipe program, which is replacing every single lead pipe in the city by 2030, expanding our recreation center hours, our workforce development program. We're very proud of that.
Public safety is a top priority.
I'm very proud of the Office of Violence Prevention, which we launched. I mean, there was no Office of Violence Prevention, and then that we saw a 53% decline in shootings over the years.
Evans says it takes a holistic approach, from making sure young people have more opportunities.
We have more young people working since we've been tracking it in terms of in the history of the city of young people working. We believe that if people are working, they don't turn to violence, they don't turn to despair.
To training and hiring more first responders.
Our approach has been prevention, intervention, and suppression. Now, people may push back a little bit on that, but when you look at the numbers tell the story. And are we where we want to be yet? No, but are we at where we were? Absolutely not.
Evans believes economic empowerment is vital for voters.
We have to make sure that we continue to diversify our economy because of the uncertainty that we're getting at the federal government. That's why it's important to invest in small business. It's important to invest in infrastructure projects, because when people locally spend money, or when people come and come out of the community to spend money, that helps lift our economy and gives us the ability for me to continue to expand mental health services in our centers, to continue to expand our job training programs, to continue to accelerate our work around lead replacement.
If elected to a second term, Evans says he will continue prioritizing public-private partnerships with a focus on affordable housing.
I think you need to look at what we've already done in just 3 years, and I say build, 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 and that is what we're doing. We're at over 3,000 plus affordable housing units in just a little over 3 years, which is unheard of in some other places. You have cities that are twice our size that are trying to get to 5,000 units over a 10-year period, and we've already accelerated that.
Born and raised in Rochester, Evans says his track record and ability to bring people together is invaluable in moving Rochester forward.
Look at our NIA program, Neighborhood in Action program, 46 neighborhood organizations coming together to help uplift our city. That's what you need in a leader, people that can marshal and bring people together to bring about meaningful change. I've done that over the last almost 4 years, and that's what I would do for another 4.